Welcome to the virtual public information open house for the Atlanta to Charlotte Passenger Rail Corridor Investment Plan. Public information open houses for the study are being held at several locations in the project study area during the first week of June. This online presentation was developed to provide those who are unable to attend the events with an opportunity to learn more about the study and to get involved. At the end of the video, please let us know what you think by taking a short survey. Your opinion matters to us. The Atlanta to Charlotte Passenger Rail Corridor Investment Plan will evaluate high-speed intercity passenger rail service between Atlanta, Georgia, and Charlotte, North Carolina. This service will provide another transportation alternative to the corridor, resulting in improved intercity and intermodal connectivity. The corridor will connect other modes of travel, including transit service, airports, and serve planned multimodal facilities in Atlanta at the Georgia Multimodal Passenger Terminal and Charlotte via the Charlotte Gateway Station. For Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina to remain competitive in the global marketplace and worldwide economy, a diverse and efficient transportation system is vital. Connectivity within these three states will affect the entire region in terms of sustainability, quality of life, and economic viability. As an extension of the Southeast High-Speed Rail, this corridor will allow all three states to connect to the Mid-Atlantic region and ultimately the Northeast Corridor. The Southeast High-Speed Rail Corridor from Charlotte, North Carolina to Washington, D.C. was designated to the U.S. Department of Transportation in 1992. 6 years later, the Southeast High-Speed Rail Corridor was extended from Charlotte to Macon, Georgia, via Atlanta. The Atlanta to Charlotte Corridor was first studied as a part of a feasibility study by the U.S. Department of Transportation's Volpe Center in 2008. Since that time, a number of federally funded programs for high-speed rail have been initiated. Georgia, North Carolina, and Virginia have been able to obtain significant federal funding to study, design, construct, and operate passenger service in this corridor. Today, the Southeast High-Speed Rail Corridor is in various stages of planning and design. There are a number of potential routes between Atlanta and Charlotte, including existing freight railroad lines, interstates, and potential greenfield alternatives. As the study progresses, each of the potential routes will be studied and evaluated. Ultimately, the process will produce reasonable and refined alternatives. For each of the alternatives, potential stations were generally located to support the proposed service. So what can high-speed passenger rail service do for cities, states, and the region? High-speed passenger rail service can help relieve existing and future congestion on highways and interstates by providing an alternative travel mode. Currently, travel time between the two cities is approximately 4 hours by car, but is expected to grow as population expands. High-speed passenger service will provide a competitive travel time with automobile and airline travel. Intercity passenger rail is safe, with one of the lowest accident rates of any mode of travel, and is a reliable form of service with set schedules on a daily basis. Finally, high-speed intercity passenger rail service will promote economic development, specifically around potential station locations, will help expand employment pools connecting two of the Southeast's major economies, and will create jobs, both during construction and operation. Passenger rail service can be a vital component of regionalism and connectivity between major employment hubs. So what comes after these public information open houses? FRA and GDOT, along with the project team, will use the information provided in the public open houses to analyze the corridor. The Passenger Rail Corridor Investment Plan includes two processes that will occur simultaneously: an alternatives analysis that evaluates the operations and level of service the corridor can provide, while the other determines the environmental impacts associated with each alternative. Both will work together to determine a preferred alternative that can be efficient, results in minimal environmental impacts, and provides the most benefit to both users and non-users of the system. So why are you participating in this open house? We have prepared this virtual open house for several reasons. We want to make you aware and educated about the study so we can get your input. Much of the data we have collected to this point is from a technical point of view. We want to hear your perspective. We've developed some draft ideas on a purpose and need for the project and some preliminary alternatives. We also have an idea of what some of the issues and challenges are in the study area. It is still very early in the process, and we'd like to know your thoughts and suggestions for what we need to consider. You will also have the opportunity to send us any questions on the study or the materials presented. The environmental studies are underway and are expected to continue through the end of 2014. Approval of the project by the Federal Railroad Administration, issued through a Record of Decision, is expected in the summer of 2015. Community involvement, including public meetings like this one, will continue throughout the environmental study. Following this environmental study, the Federal Railroad Administration and the states will determine if it is justified to continue to move forward with a more detailed environmental and engineering study of the corridor. We've developed some draft ideas on needs for the study area, a purpose for potential solutions, and some possible alternatives. We'd like to know if you agree, have any changes, or think something is missing. As residents, employees, and/or travelers, you offer a unique knowledge of the issues, problems, and challenges, as well as what we should consider in potential solutions. Please click the link now and take a brief survey about the project. There is also a space to leave general comments. Thank you for participating in our virtual public information open house. You may also use the contact information listed here to submit additional input. This presentation will remain online until July 6, 2013. Please tell others who also may be interested.